Gruntaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki, Srila Prabhupada Ki, Harinam Sankirtanya Ki, Samaveda Bhaktavrinda Ki, Gaur Premanande, Shri Shri Rukmini Dvarkadish Ki, Jagannath Baladeva Subhadra Ki, Shri Shri Gauranitai Ki, Gaur Premanande, Jai Shri Shri Guru Garanga, Jai Shri Shri Guru Garanga, Jai Shri Shri Guru Garanga. Dear Vaishnavas, Hare Krishna. Today we are continuing to read the chapter Son of Drona, Punished, the subject of applied Shastra, practically applied the knowledge, Bhagavad Gita, philosophy, and the practice. Yes, and today is the 2nd of May, 2018, Wednesday, Los Angeles, New Dwarak. And Canto 1, Chapter 7, the Son of Drona Punished, starting from the Shloka 38. Yes, 38, and it has no purport, so we will shift to the next Shloka. We will read as well 39. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Pratishrutam cha bhavata. Pratishrutam cha bhavata. Panchalyay shrinvato mama. Panchalyay shrinvato mama. Aharishye shirastasya. Aharishye shirastasya. Yaste manini putraha. Yaste manini putraha. Please. Ladies, please. word by word. Pratishrutam, it is promised. Cha, and bhavata, by you. Panchaliye, unto the daughter of the king of Panchala Draupadi. Shrinvata, which was heard. Mama, by me personally. Aharishye, must I bring. Shiraha, the head. Tasya, of him. Yaha, whom. Te, yo. Manini, consider. Putraha, the killer of your sons. So, couple of more shlokas where Lord Krishna examines Arjuna and the principles of religion, teaching him. Yes, yes, yes. Furthermore, I have personally heard you promise Draupadi that you would bring forth the head of the killer of her sons. And then the next shloka, number 39, with the purport of Srila Prabhupada. Tadasa vadyatam papa atatai atma bandhuha bhartushcha vipriyam vira kritavan kula pamsanaha. This man is an assassin and a murderer of your own family members. Not only that, but he has also dissatisfied his master. He is but the burnt remnants of his family. So kill him immediately, Lord Krishna says. And the purport Srila Prabhupada elaborates that the son of Dronacharya is condemned here as the burnt remnants of his family. The good name of Dronacharya was very much respected. Although he joined the enemy camp, the Pandavas held him always in respect, and Arjuna saluted him before beginning the fight. There was nothing wrong in that way, but the son of Dronacharya degraded himself by committing acts which are never done by the Dvijas of the twice-born higher castes. Ashvatham, the son of Dronacharya, committed murder by killing the 5 sleeping sons of Draupadi, by which he dissatisfied his master Duryodhan, who never approved of the heinous act of killing the 5 sleeping sons of the Pandavas. This means that Ashvathama became an assaulter of Arjun's own family members, and thus he was liable to be punished by him. In the Shastras, he who attacks without notice, or kills from behind, or sets fire to another's house, or kidnaps one's wife, is condemned to death. So Krishna reminded Arjuna of these facts so that he might take notice of them and do the needful. Om Gyanti Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalaka Chuksharan Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Sri Caitanya Manobishtam Stapitamena Bhutare Svayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vancha Kalpaturbhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Nama Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Pratishrutam cha bhavata panchalyai shrinvato mama aharishye shirastasya yaste manini putraha. Yes. So here we see Lord Krishna concluding his instruction to Arjuna, which is a practical implementation of the philosophy given in Bhagavad Gita. And here we see that in the situation which is described herein, when Ashvatthama showed actually his weakness. It's another symptom of degradation of Brahminical caste in Kali Yuga. When the Brahmanas, and we know the situation, remember the situation with the Maharaj Parikshit, who was also cursed, emperor of the world, just cursed by some Brahmana boy. Really inadequate, really irrelevant. And here we see that Dronacharya's son, Ashvatthama also, he just showed his weakness, his enviousness, becoming envious of the Pandavas. Like we see Dhritarashtra, Duryodhan is another example of being so envious, and out of the weakness, Ashvatthama just did the biggest nonsense you can imagine. And what to speak of not approved by the, father, by the master. So actually, this is most misfortunate situation the living entity may end up in, acting on his own whim. And doesn't matter, he's a Brahmana. But falling victim of his own mind, of his own character, mean character, he just became an assassin, murderer, which is really, Brahmanas shouldn't act that way at all. So here we see, but another lesson from that is very, very important. That when he was brought in front of Draupadi, she showed him respect as a Brahmana. So we see that if we meet a degraded person, or somebody chastises us, some unqualified person, some envious person chastises or does something wrong for us, we shouldn't reply the same way. And can we imagine a worse activity to be done to the mother, killing her children? And still, she was so strong in her character that she didn't took as a reason to revenge. No. When she saw Ashvatthama bound by the ropes, she said, release him. He's a Brahmana. She showed him all respect. That's the character. That's the spiritual strength. So those stories are so encouraging. These are models to be followed and acted. That doesn't matter how much we may be offended, fairly or unfairly. Doesn't matter. We have to try to remain spiritually strong and not to revenge the person, not to hate him, not to become angry on him. And here we see also Arjuna again ended up in a very similar situation like in Bhagavad Gita. And yesterday in the wonderful class of Mahatma Prabhu, His Grace Mahatma Prabhu, he mentioned those moments. That in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna also seemingly whimsically refused to fight, as if out of compassion. And here we see also Arjuna, although Krishna encourages him, kill the son of Dronacharya. Arjuna, great soul, didn't like the idea of killing him. He didn't like it. So for a kshatriya, for a soldier, for a fighter, we presume, we understand that, for him, there shouldn't be a problem to kill someone. He's kind of a kshatriya, he's authorized to kill. And especially Lord Krishna, he encourages him, punish him for his own benefit. He is already worse than dead. So don't spare his life. And still Arjuna, again, he proves being a great soul, compassionate soul. Yeah? He is not rushing to kill the Ashwatthama right away. He wants to do this in a right way, authorized way, in a way that the Vaishnavas, the devotees, his family members would feel it's fair to do. So we know that actually the Ashwatthama was disgraced badly. He lost all his, name, authority. He was just disgraced badly. But at this particular point, what we are reading now, although Ashwatthama was a heinous murderer of Arjuna's family members, Arjuna still was not taking advantage of the situation that he had full right to finish it, just to revenge, to kill Ashwatthama mercilessly. No, still he was feeling merciful. Yes, Arjuna was a great soul, and which is proved here in this situation. He is encouraged herein personally by the Lord to kill Drona, but Arjuna considers the son of his great teacher should be spared, for he happens to be the son of Dronacharya, even though he is an unworthy son, having done all sorts of heinous acts whimsically for no one's benefit. So Arjuna doesn't want to hurt the feelings of his master. He doesn't want to do anything wrong or painful for his master. So sure, killing the son, although misbehaved and unhuman person, still he didn't want to inflict pain upon the mother of Ashwatthama and the father of Ashwatthama. Also, I wanted to touch one point from yesterday's class, yesterday's shloka, where we remember it was said that a cruel and wretched person who maintains his existence at the cost of others' lives deserves to be killed for his own well-being. So I was thinking, where is the logical chain? If you kill someone, that means that you maintain your own existence at someone's cost. Mahatma Prabhu yesterday mentioned that, citing Prabhupada, that Prabhupada says that killing animals and consuming their bodies, dead bodies, means you are envious of the animal. So it's also a quality of a mean character or no character, that exploiting somebody's body for your own enjoyment or for the maintenance of your own violent character. But maybe somebody has a good answer for that. Where is the logic of killing someone and maintain your life at the cost of other lives? And I was thinking about this where is connection between those two things? And I thought one of the answers could be that a violent person, he's the one who refuses or doesn't perform an authorized yajna, sacrifice, which is actually the purpose of human being. All the society, and Lord Krishna introduces the Varnashram Dharma in the Bhagavad Gita, and all the society should be organized the way so that everyone would be engaged in performing the sacrifice. So the one who revolts or doesn't want to or doesn't agree or doesn't surrender to the authority of the Shastra, to the authority of the Brahmanas, to the authority of high authorities of Guru, Acharya, then he is forced by the laws of the nature to perform terrible activities. He is. So on one hand, we can blame conditioned souls, acting sinfully, but on the other hand, they don't have any other option than to act sinfully. So, and from that point, I thought, this is our responsibility, which we inherited from His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, to preach. Yes. If there would be no Brahminical standards established in the society, if there would be no models to be followed in terms of performing the yajna, then what we can expect society to be other than sinful, other than performing terrible activities of violence and like that. So I thought for myself that, Srila Prabhupada showed us the example of tireless preaching or broadcasting the principles of devotional service, broadcasting the principles of performing the yajna, sacrifice, for the benefit of society. Not to come and pray for the lordships, oh please solve my problem, this one, provide me with that, this, Lord. No, we should pray for the benefit of the society, humanity, world. Yes, it's our duty. We are bound by the duty. Otherwise, we see that Ashvatam, he was like from a Brahmana family, and his father was famous Dronacharya. He was Acharya. But only because he from his action, we can see that he was maintaining qualities of a character like enviousness, anger, and greed. Yeah. So then it's just a question of time, opportunity. When you'll get an opportunity, you will perform a terrible act. So just to counteract that, we have and we are, and by the grace of by the mercy of His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, we have to follow sadhana strictly. We have to perform Sankirtanya, chanting, congregational chanting, public chanting. Yes, it was introduced by Shri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Public chanting, public congregational chanting. Yes, this is yajna. We are bound to perform this. Otherwise, we will always have to face some personal problems in our lives, and then we approach the deities, approach Guru, and pray for, oh, please help, please solve my problem. No, if we are serious about our devotional practice, if we are serious of our sadhana, nothing bad can approach us. Nothing bad can get through us into our hearts. Just a few days ago, I came across one saying of Srila Prabhupada, and I was so grateful to read it again, because this is what brought me to Krishna consciousness many years ago. And Srila Prabhupada says that the conclusion is that if you want genuine spiritual knowledge, you have to approach a bona fide spiritual master who has realized the absolute truth. Otherwise, you will remain in darkness. So I remember that when I read Bhagavad Gita first time, this thought, this idea, this principle hit me so deep. I thought, okay, I've read so many books, and I'm still continuing reading, and now I'm reading Bhagavad Gita. But if I don't have a guide, if I don't have an authority above me, authority higher than my mind, Yes, authority higher than my senses, authority higher than my whims. Then what? I will remain in the darkness. And it's a shame. It's misfortune. I may be reading many books and become very intellectual, very knowledgeable and scientifically knowledgeable. But if you don't have authority, higher authority, whom you accept with your heart, fully with your heart, and approach him for the vani, for the instructions, and ready to follow him with full heart, then you just remember another intellectual, another jnani, another whomever, whatever. So this is all about sincerely listening to the instructions of the spiritual master, sincerely trying to understand it. Sometimes Srila Prabhupada says you have to try to understand Krishna. And in another time he says it's impossible to understand Krishna. Yes, but through trying to understand instructions of the spiritual master, we can establish our relationship with, first of all, with the Vaishnava devotees, with Guru, with deities, with Krishna. In profound humility, Srila Prabhupada attributes all his success to his Guru Maharaj. Yes, Srila Prabhupada shows us the example how we should feel like he feels, totally and fully dependent on the mercy of his spiritual master. It's not that Srila Prabhupada Acharya and then he absolutizes his authority. No. He always points out and stresses out his dependence on his spiritual master. So this is another lesson, another model example to be followed. Srila Prabhupada said that his only greatness is that he has not adulterated the teachings of the scriptures and his Guru Maharaj, but has presented them as they are, without personal motivation or interpretation, as they have been passed down through the disciplic succession from Krishna himself. Srila Prabhupada has taken as a prime duty of his life the fulfilling of the instructions of his Guru Maharaj, who as a bona fide spiritual master is a direct representative of Krishna. Here is the secret of his success. Srila Prabhupada has followed the instructions of his Guru Maharaj explicitly, not expecting personal results. And for this selfless service and love, he has been granted complete success by Guru and by Krishna. Any student, any of us, any student, any devotee, any Vaishnava devotee, who undertakes to fulfill the order of his Guru, assured that his Guru is a bona fide representative in the disciplic succession, is guaranteed success in his endeavors. Because the bona fide spiritual master is a representative of Krishna. As the direct representative of the supreme authority, whatever instruction the spiritual master gives is backed up by Supreme Personality. Just as agreement signed by the bona fide representative of a company is binding on the corporation. And the corporation is responsible for commitments made by its representative. So thus, Srila Prabhupada was assured his surprising success by strictly following the order of his Guru Maharaj, who is direct succession from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Congregational public chanting of the holy name ki. Shri Rukmini Dvarkarish ki. Shri Jagannath Baladeva Subhadra ki. Shri Gaura Nitai ki. Gaura Premanandi. Dear Vaishnavas, there is some time, please. If you have some questions or want to contribute to the subject, most welcome. Yes, please, Prabhu.
Thank you, Maharaj. Ashvatthama had a great opportunity. He was very fortunate to have a father who was a great guru in the art of weapons as well as the Brahminical aspect. He could have taken advantage, but he didn't. He fell as a Kshatriya and he fell as a Brahmana. So that's why he was called Dvijabandhu. So that brings me to the mind of thinking that the question is was predestined for him not to be able to do this? Just like, I'll give you an example. Many devotees join sometimes with sin, and we have a hard, difficult time. We carry a heavy burden. The process is there. Prabhupada gives us the best process to get liberated and go back to Godhead. In spite of all the facilities, still there's something there that you cannot either learn it, you give it up, or you just go back to your life as you were before. So Ashvatthama, having the best father, the best guru, he could have been the best warrior, the best Brahmana, but he didn't do neither one of them, but he took the wrong association. So my question again is, was that a predestined? Or someone can say, what is arranged for Krishna to happen so we can be speaking and talking about the history of devotees' lives and okay.
Yeah, very good point. Is it predestined? Because you can blame destiny, yes? That something bad happened to me. But this is again, it's the spiritual weakness. It's a spiritual weakness if you are not strong in your spiritual practice or if you are not spiritually conscious person. Yeah? So then, you are the target for the Maya to be shot down. And yes, it's a very good point that actually any human being, and Srila Prabhupada teaches us this principle, that if you are not engaged in devotional service, you are misusing the human form of life. And yesterday also in the university and the program with the students, we spoke about that. That this is exceptional opportunity, what to speak of taking birth in the Brahminical family. Yeah? In Kali Yuga, who takes birth in the Brahminical family? Well, there are no Brahmanas actually already. But Srila Prabhupada, he came and he gave us the principles of Brahminical culture to be practiced. So how serious we have to be. How serious we have to be. Otherwise, it's always easy to blame destiny, some other person's temple president, some crazy people blame Srila Prabhupada or find faults in him. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's all the symptoms of spiritual weakness. So, Srila Prabhupada once told, your problem is that you are not afraid of Maya. Yes, this is the problem. What it means? We are not aware, we are not conscious, fully conscious. We try to become Krishna conscious, although we are not even materially conscious enough to understand the dangers of this world. And we are walking the razor and hoping that it will be okay. Somebody may cut himself, but I'll be okay. So we have to find motivation in our heart to practice and go on. The sadhana never should become a burden for us or routine. Yeah? It should be ever fresh. And this is the principle of being conscious. Conscious of the dangers and conscious of the bliss offered by devotional service. So both sides. But never go into the state of mind blaming destiny. Like Ashvatthama, he may have, find different excuses Like Arjuna also in the beginning of Gita, he found so many nice excuses why not to fight. Yeah? It's in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita at the end of it. Krishna gives wonderful philosophy, very logical philosophy. Why not to fight? Why not to kill? But we see it doesn't help. It doesn't help. And Krishna said, you speak nicely, Arjuna, but you are going to hell. You lose your reputation, and being Kshatriya, lose your reputation, it's no life. So again, when I hear those things, when I read those stories, I very much become scared and very much conscious about increasing the standards of my devotional service. Those stories, this is the purpose, to be inspired by the character of Arjuna, to be inspired by the character of Draupadi, yes, saintly characters, even they are in advantageous situation. Now Ashwatthama is, that's it, he's fully dependent on the decision of Arjuna, and he could take advantage. Oh, you rascal, I'll kill you right away. No, still how strong you have to be to find compassion in your heart still when your children being killed. How strong you have to be. Pure. Overcome the revenge, feeling of revenge. So those stories are just to encourage us, to inspire us. Go on in our devotional practice. Never give up. Yeah, whatever happens, all Kali Yuga, whatever happens, whatever you hear, whatever you see, it has on one purpose: to discourage. Discourage you, me, on the path of devotional service. Go out into the street and see what encourages us for devotional service. If you are not compassionate towards conditioned souls, if you don't know their situation, bad, terrible situation, if you don't know what's expecting those conditioned souls next lifetime, even in this lifetime, then you will not find inspiration to continue to go on. And this inspiration comes acting for benefit of others, not establishing oneself, myself, comfortably in Krishna consciousness. Control my mind, senses, peaceful, happy, blissful, knowledgeable. No, like Srila Prabhupada, he took a burden going to the West. My God, at such an age, he could have enjoyed, his grandchildren at home and the family. No, he took a burden. So we have to be ready. But not solving my problem of my mind, another life problems. No. Tika? Yes.
So for the neophyte devotee, how does he know? How does he can make sure that his spiritual master, the one who's using, is qualified,
Bona fide.
Yeah.
How to make sure? One thing you have to make sure, don't listen to your mind. Definitely it will say, it will find some faults in a guru. But it's quite a common question in Eastern European, North European, and Russia. So many young people join Krishna consciousness. And yes, they want to make sure that, they may say, yes, I'm ready to surrender, but I want to make sure the person is like topmost, best, bona fide. But I think this is another trap for the mind of a neophyte, because if you let your mind choose, you will never find such an ideal person. we have to pursue the path which here in this story is given as an example. Draupadi, by seeing Ashwatthama, who was bound by ropes like an animal, she showed him respect and asked to release him. Still, still you have to see the spirit, soul in the heart of a person. And if a person surrenders his full life to the mission of Srila Prabhupada, and he is authorized by GBC, he is authorized by Srila Prabhupada, he follows the principles of devotional service, well, he is bona fide. And if you look at his bodily features, is he strong, is he weak, is he beautiful, is he not, is he... it will be difficult to surrender. So through philosophy, yes, through the knowledge, through the Shastra, we have to see the person. And actually speaking, anyone who is more qualified than you is a teacher or guru. Yes. Any ashram leader, temple commander, temple president, or any other senior person. This should be the mentality of neophyte. I'm ready to serve. How can I help you? What can I do? Because they bless you to stay here, to remain. They're well-wishers. They're well-wishers. Maybe parents may not be as well-wishers as devotees are in the temple, in the ashram. So it's best to be ready always to serve. And from Bhagavatam we know that whenever you made your mind to accept spiritual master appears in your life. Like I remember in Soviet Union when nobody could come and we couldn't live anywhere. And I read this saying of Srila Prabhupada that, 434, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena seva, jau padikshanti tegyanam gyaninas tatvadarshinaha. In Soviet Union and on those years, you wouldn't be able to find anyone who is Tattva-darshan, knows the truth. But I had a desire. I had a desire to accept spiritual master. So the first guru, the first Prabhupada's disciple whom I met, I immediately surrendered. I didn't consider, is he for me? Is he mine? Spiritual master? Is he this, that? No. The first one I met, I surrendered right away. Right away. So, if there is desire, Guru will appear in your life. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaura Premanande.